Hello everyone, welcome back in another video. Today date is 16th of November 2022 and in our today's video we are going to see Bean Factory. So before our some of the videos we are discussed about the IOC and DI. So that is the inversion of control and dependency injection. So those both concepts comes within the Bean Factory. So it's related to each other. We know the purpose of function of IOC, that is inversion of controller. That means in Java we no need to create object for call the method from another class by using a IOC container. So that similar concepts comes under the Bean Factory. So Bean Factory is nothing but it is one of the type of a container in our IOC. So it is one of the IOC container, that is the Bean Factory, and it's having one more type or one more version of Bean Factory is application context. So whenever IOC can create any object at a runtime or at any compile time, that time it's all those methods or all those functions present in that class, that IOC container can contain the object of all those method or classes present in the our code. As we know, our IOC can create object. So all those object, each and every object created by IOC is stored in Bean Factory. Suppose there is one class, and within that class there was a 5 methods. So when we execute that code, that time IOC container create a object for all those 5 methods, and those 5 objects can stored in Bean Factory. So that is the purpose of using behind the Bean Factory, that is the containing the object, or it's called as one of the type of a container. And another version of our container is the application context. So application context is next version of Bean Factory. When we use application context, we use application context at a time when we call only single object as per their requirement. When we developing code in Spring, that time we specially using an annotation or use some particular methods or call some methods. That time we are using annotation as @@wire. That time we call the object from particular class or particular method by using the IOC container. By using the IOC. So that IOC can create object, and that objects are stored in those containers. So there are the two types, that is the Bean Factory and application context. These are two containers. So Bean Factory is basic version, and application context is next version of a Bean Factory. So Bean Factory store all those objects at compile time. That means when we start to execute code, it store all object. But application context can call the object as at a time when we require at specific object. That means similar example, within one class there was a five methods are there. It can create only object of those methods which we are required. It's create only one by one method as per our requirement. So that is the major difference between our Bean Factory and IOC container. These are both are the containers of an object. So if we are going to compare that Bean Factory and IOC container, that time we can have some points like Bean Factory can create all those objects at compiling. That means at a compile time. So if we are not need any object in our, if we no need any object in our code, that method can also created by that methods object can also created by a IOC. So it's directly impacting on a memory allocation, or it gets more space without using. And when we start to compile code, that IOC can start to create a object initially and then store all those objects in bin factory. So it depends. It make a lazier process for creating object. That means it takes more time for compiling, because at a compile time it create all those object of methods which are present in that class. That is one way side. And another way is that another thing is that when we are using application context only create the object when we require. So it's much faster as compared to bin factory. So we can need both of them containers, bin factory and our application context. Both the container we are need as per their particular function and as per their particular features. At the maximum data which we are required, that means we need maximum object. That time we use bin factory, and at that time when we no need maximum object, we need specific functional object. That time we use an application context. So this is the overall about bin factory. Thank you.